These water balls are very popular in boxing gyms around the world right now, but I'm not a big fan of these. And I'm going to tell you why throughout this full video, but there is still some good things about these water balls, like the combinations that you've just seen me throwing earlier on. Them feel nice, because on here, what you can do, what you can't do on a traditional heavy bag, is throw an uppercut. So you could throw a 1-2 hook uppercut, nice combo, or you can just work on being inside, whipping them uppercuts, where on a heavy bag, we just can't do that. But that being said, on a heavy bag, you can do things that you can't do on one of these, and things that I would much rather do than throw an uppercut, and that is throw a body shot. You can't throw a hook to the body, a cross to the body, a rear hook to the body. You can't throw any body shots on these for that matter, unless it's hung low, like this is hung low for me. So I guess I could whip in the lead hook to the body, kind of more coming up at an angle, because I can't really punch across like I could do on a bag. So yeah, I guess I can whip in them hooks there. But like I mentioned, this bag is low for me. If the body punches are there, that would mean the head punches, my head height. Now this is a noisy one. Now these water balls are not made for punching up here. They're made for punching on the big area around here, where it's a little bit softer and a little bit more forgiving on the hands. Because if you're hitting up here, chances are it could slide up, you would hit that big thing and hurt your hand. Now you might be thinking, well,
Tony, just put it up, move it a little bit higher. It's easy. Stop complaining.
well, two things on that. If I'd moved it higher, the body shots have completely gone. And the other problem is, have you felt the bloody weight of these things? This is full with water. It's a ton weight. Now look how small this is compared to this big bag there. This is heavier than that. So this is another reason why I'm not a big fan of these, because moving them, if you want to take them down and I want to have some space here in this gym and I want to start, I mean, I can hit the speed ball from here, but if I want to move it somewhere else, it's an absolute nightmare compared to a heavy bag. But even that is not the biggest reason why I dislike these things. I want to tell you why in a second. But just getting back onto some of the good things about them. Like I mentioned, after you've been doing heavy bag work for so long and not throwing uppercuts, it feels good to practice uppercuts on the bag. Now, another thing I like about these, which you can do on a heavy bag, is when it swings, see it swinging now? Now what can I work on? Well, I can work on 3 different things. One thing is working on just footwork, moving backwards and forwards, moving around, using that pivot, coming off different angles, just like an opponent would come to you. We work on moving. And the second thing we can use this for when it's moving towards us is moving and punching at the same time. So I'm going to push it a little bit more. It's got a big more swing on it. Now I can come forward and I can punch it and move. So now I'm getting used to moving backwards. I'm punching. And then the same going forwards as it's swinging. And then back as well. So moving backwards and forwards, punching and moving at the same time, which is key in boxing. But you can do that on a heavy bag also. Now the third thing is that you can do while it's swinging is working on controlling the bag, or the ball in this case. When it comes to me, I can punch it to stop it, like this. See, I've just stopped it in its tracks by controlling it, by punching it as it's coming to me. Before I tell you about what I really dislike about these things, which a lot of people will disagree with me on, is a couple of reasons why these are really popular in gyms. Well, for one, they're easy for companies to ship them out, because if you think this is empty, it's light. Where most bags, when you buy a bag, they come filled. So the shipping is a lot more on a bag than one of these. That being said, sometimes bags come empty and they're an absolute nightmare to fill up. Believe me, I was filling my own bag up and this right here was an absolute nightmare. I actually put a heavy bag inside of the bag, bought loads of old clothes and rags, stuffed them in. I even have to get my wife inside the bag to press it down. Trust me, my friend, filling up a heavy bag is an absolute nightmare. So I guess that's why people order heavy bags already full. But like I said, the shipping is expensive. The shipping on these is cheap. Filling one of these things is easier than a heavy bag because it's got a little hole thing there. You just put a hose in it after you've hung it up. and then fill it up with water. Now it still could get a bit messy, but it's just water, so it's not too bad. But then once it's full, that's when it's a ton weight. So you better make sure when you are hanging it up, it's the right height for you, whether you want to be able to throw body shots or focus on the head or get it in between. Like this is kind of in between. I can widen my stance and come down to the level of that, which I guess would start making me develop bad habits if I'm dropping the level a little bit. But anyway, it can work and it can give me a great workout. So that's one reason why gyms like these. And the other reason is they look good, right? And with a gym, especially a fitness gym, you want them to look good. And these, yeah, they look good and they look attractive to people who maybe have not boxed before. That being said, some boxers do like these. I know some professional fighters who do like hitting these. But for me, I don't like hitting them. And I want to tell you the main reason why I can't stand hitting these things. But first, I need to tell you about a supplement that I take on a daily basis. And the reason why I need to tell you about this supplement, because I do take it on a daily basis and they're sponsoring this video. And when I get sponsors, what that means is I can produce more videos like this to help you improve your boxing and up your boxing knowledge. So I want to thank Renew by Science for being the person to be able to help me give these videos to you for free. And the supplement is that I'm taking, it's called NMN. It helps boost my NAD levels. If you don't know about NAD, because not so long ago I didn't know about it, this is something that we've all got in our body. And as we get older, our NAD levels do decline and we start to lose energy in our cells. And as you've probably seen, people who get older, they start to get slower as they get older. Now I don't want to get slower. I want to stay as sharp as possible. I want to keep my cells energized as much as possible. And when I'm taking NMN, this is helping boost them NAD levels. And some studies show that NAD doesn't just help with boosting your energy levels in your cells, but also helps with your memory, your sleep, as well as a whole bunch more. But I recommend you do your own research on NMN and NAD. And when you think, ooh, this is for me, Tony is right, then my friend, go to renewbyscience.com and use code BOXING and you will save 10% off. Again, thank you, Renew by Science, for helping me make these videos to help you. What do I not like about these bags? The thing that I can't stand the most. People say that because this is filled up with water, it's less impact than on a bag, right? They say it's softer. Now you might think, well, yeah, that makes sense, but mate, it doesn't. This is bloody rock hard. And I've hurt my hands before hitting one of these bags. So that's the reason why I much prefer a heavy bag over one of these. And my favorite type of heavy bag is what you see me hitting on this video right here. And the reason why is they're big. Like, look, this is kind of the same size as my body. They're heavy. So you're not just going to hit them and they're not going to swing all over the place and really lose control. You can hit them really hard, and because they're big and they're heavy, and as well they're soft. So what does that mean? It means you can really whack them bags as hard as you want because they're soft, and I'm not going to hurt my hand like I might do on this thing, but as well it's not going to swing all over the place, and I can really work on power punches, combination punches, and really up my heavy bag game. So I've just found out that this is not even a boxing bag. This is called a buoy, what you put in between boats in the ocean so they don't smash against each other. So this is probably $150, $200 cheaper than a official water ball that you get from a boxing website. So if you are going to get one of these, why not get a buoy? And if you are hitting the heavy bag, you should be working on different drills and techniques. And I've created this video right here, giving you 10 drills that will take you from a beginner to an advanced boxer if you can do all of these 10 drills. It's a really fun video. I recommend you click here and watch this video next.